Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Yarn Cakes and Tea. Today's yarn review is of Bien Aimé's MCN Light. But before the yarn review, let's see what tea I'm drinking today. So this tea comes from Ravelry user Stephanie Stuffer from Canada. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. And this is David's Tea, The Great Escape, which is an herbal fusion of peppermint, lemongrass, rosehip, cornflowers, and many other things in there. But the main flavoring is peppermint. So let's give this a go. Yep, that's definitely peppermint. And now, on to the review. So the yarns that I'm going to be reviewing today comes from Bien Aimée, which is the sister store to Loirivité. I can't really pronounce that, I'm sorry. But I got two colorways from them. This one is Rainbow Graffiti, and this one is Anma in the Dogwood. This is a fingering weight yarn, 4-ply high twist. And the fiber contents of this is 80% merino wool, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. The quality of the yarn looks really good. I only found one area in the Anma Dogwood where the yarn, with the plies in the yarn undid themselves and fuzzed up, but that was only one small area. Both yarns apart from that looked really good. They were both really soft and non-itchy, but that's very subjective based on the person, but for me they were very nice to touch. So I knit up 2 swatches for each colorway, and knitting with them was overall a very pleasant experience. There was no piling in the yarn, no splitting, which was a huge plus, and that's probably thanks to the nylon base in the yarn. I've worked with plenty other fingering weight yarns before, but sometimes some of them like to cling to the needles a little bit too much, even on my metal ones, and they squeak, or they're just, you really have to like push them to get them off the needle. Although admittedly I am a tight knitter, but with this yarn it was just smooth sailing. Both of these yarns are very sturdy and very durable. Yank them a few times and there's no breaking. But when it came to blocking, I blocked both of these swatches at the same time to test for if there's any color bleeding, and there was not, which is especially important for this colorway because there's just so many colors in there. This was a really fun colorway to work with and I really liked it. But there's a lot to be said about the Oma colorway as well. It's a very nice soft pink yarn with various shades of pink in there, making it very pleasing to the eye. So this yarn seems to be pretty elastic, making it appropriate for knitting up socks or shawls. The stitch definition in both of these colorways is very good. The garter stripes can be seen nice and clearly, meaning that if you wanted to use a textured stitch or a cabled stitch with these yarns, it would come up really nicely. You can be sure that these yarns will last for a good long time with whatever you knit them up with. Even though these yarns are slightly more on the expensive side and the international shipping can add an extra fee to that, I highly recommend giving these yarns a go when you have the chance, especially the graffiti colorways. These colorways are just so much fun to knit with and to see how they turn out. The MCN Light has many of the characteristics that you want to have in a good sock or shawl yarn. They're good stitch definition, nice and elastic, warm, soft, non-irritating to the skin, non-piling, really good to knit with. You're making for a very enjoyable knitting experience. So when you get the chance, definitely try and get your hands on some of this yarn. I give Bien Aimée MCN Light an A. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button. You can also find me on Ravelry, Instagram, and Facebook at Aroha Knits, and also online at www.arohanits.com. Thanks and see you soon!